those sweet words you whisper when nothing could. Someone so for you blue over me. Why can't you be blue over me? In the world, did you hurt me? Yeah, hurt me. Can't believe you hurt me. Just when I thought it was safe to call me, you let me want you and need you, and then you leave me like a child with no brain. Now I'm lost in myself in the pain. Oh, you hurt me. Like a child with no brain. Now I'm lost in an ocean of pain. No, you hurt me. I can't let it hurt me. Can't you imagine how I'm feeling now? Oh, if you ever know how you hurt me. Oh, sweet. because I can. Oh, it won't let me shrink it. I get it. Okay, I'll leave it over here then. Never believe to be sold down at the station. All you have to do is make up my mind. Buy one way ticket for the westbound train. I can't go. I will face the world around me. I will love again because I can. Of the shadow of doubt. And now I can see my way out. Gonna buy a one-way ticket on the westbound train. Okay, I don't know which ones I've done and haven't done at this point. Let's check. I don't know. Buy a one-way ticket on a westbound train. Drink champagne. Gonna see the ocean. Gonna spread my wings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'll do 4. The next 4. As soon as I can get this page to load properly. Oh my god, is Adobe down again? Jesus. Is a satisfaction. My baby gives you his love. Make me know I'm his main attraction. No one else is gonna feel his touch. I love the way he drives me crazy. I'm gonna love my baby. Speak feel like a natural woman. I know he's the only one who can rock my world, and I don't mean maybe. Now I'm gonna love my baby. Can take me away from my baby. I'm holding on to heaven in his arms. No one can take me away from my baby. I'm holding on to heaven in his arms. My baby is out like thunder. My baby is a southbound train. I don't think it duplicated it. Me down like cool rain. These street wonderful ways amaze me. It's no wonder why I love my baby. Okay. Love my baby. Love my baby. Why are these not numbered? The hell? I'm gonna regret doing this, but if I have a number for you, you should be numbered. What I'm talking about. Don't forget that I'm the one who knows you inside out. How much longer can the silence go on? Honestly. Oh, why is this not numbered? It's trouble in your heart that you can't hide from me. Talk to me as I can see. Your love ain't what it used to be. If I mean anything to you, don't be afraid to turn me loose. I'm strong enough to face the truth. Honestly. Just making sure everything's got a number that should. To try. No number, no number. Left for you. Tell me goodbye. It's got to be bend over for you to fly. I can't hold you anymore. Honestly, honestly. Okay. It's gonna reset itself, so let's give it a minute. And then I'll move everything I duplicated. Although, did I duplicate? I don't think I duplicated the toaster. Honestly. Oh, did I get a raid and I missed it? I'm so sorry. I don't know why my thing is not alerting. I'm not getting alarmed or alerted or whatever you call it. My absolute apologies. So, thank you, Writer Greg, for the host with a party of 15. Welcome, everyone. I'm working on making images for my short stories. Yeah, I don't think I'm having any streaming issues. I hope not. I just got back to streaming, so I haven't really had a chance to kind of look and see how Streamlabs OBS may have changed over the times. So I'm kind of like just winging it at this point. But I wonder why I'm not hearing any of the alerts. I have to figure that out. My mic is really loud. Oh, I'll turn it down. I have like serious mic issues. I hate this headset. I use it for work. I don't use it for, I don't normally use it for streaming, but because, let me just turn it down a bit. But because, oh wait, it might still be a little too loud. I write short fiction, and by that I mean that basically I can write any genre I want, which is why I like. short fiction. It lends itself to letting your imagination kind of run wild. So my goal this year in 2020 was to write 52 stories in 52 weeks. Of course, due to the wonderful way that 2020 turned out, that didn't actually happen. I only wrote 24-ish stories, which is still not bad. You know, I almost made it to the halfway mark. In fact, I did make it to the halfway mark, but there were certain stories I'm not counting. So, based on the not counted stories, you could say I just did. Um, and they each range in length. So I think I had it up. Oh, I had it up on my other window, but I track everything that I write and how many words. You probably can't see that, so let me just zoom in a bit here. So what I'm doing right now is I create an image using Adobe Spark for each story that I've written, and so I have to make like 4 versions of the image for each story that I've written, and so I'm trying to like clean up my 2020 library of work so that when 2021 starts, I can start fresh and clean and not have and not be bogged down with, oh my God, I didn't create all the images, I didn't create all the ebooks, I didn't create, I don't want to have any of what happened this year creep into my next year because I have like my bullet journal is coming. This is my 2020 uh, bullet journal, and so my bullet journal is coming for next year. So I need to get cracking on creating those pages, and so I have a lot to do for 2021 planning um, that I need to just get this off my plate because it's very time consuming, especially when I decided to change what the images look like, what they say on it. So I had to go back and redo all 24 basically images. So in any event, from I don't know why it's saying the first reindeer is 23. There should be 24. No, that's right. 23. Never mind. I have 23 stories that I'm doing. So this is how I'm tracking them. These 4 are not finished, so I have to finish these basically in the next 26 days, 27 days, which I should be able to do because I've outlined 3 of them. I started writing some of them, so we'll get there. I just finished updating my retelling of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, and all of these stories, by the way, are free. So if you want to read them, they are free to read on my website, which is eldrayton.com. That's my author name, and it's not really by choice, it's by accident that my name happens to be um, or that my author name is now eldrayton.com. It was intended to be Erica Drayton on everything that I write. However, way back in my high school days when I purchased my URL, I didn't realize how important it would be to own your own URL, and so I did not continue to renew it, and because of that, you know what happens when you buy a URL and let it go. A third party entity swoops in, buys it, and then tries to oversell it to the person who wants it, i.e., me, because it's my name. But I wasn't going to give like $700+ to some unnamed whatever to purchase ericadrayton.com. So what I did was I decided to just use my middle initial and make my first name an initial and just use EL Drayton. It works. So if you go to eldrayton.com, this is my main page of my site. I stream simultaneously, so I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. However, I haven't figured out how to do the whole chat thing where I can see the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat simultaneously with Restream, whatever. So I can just see the chat on Twitch for right now. But if you click on the tabs on each tab here, because my Friday fiction stories are longer, you would have to, it's basically a 2-click process, but if you click on, one of the clickable links, it will take you to the post with the story. The image isn't here because I'm actually working on it right now. You guys showed up as I'm working on 8 more images, and then once I do these 8, I should be done with doing images for 2020, which would be awesome. But I also include my flash fiction, which stories between 101 and 1,000 words, which they're short enough that I literally just put it as a drop down on the first page. It doesn't seem necessary um, to give its own post, and then I get even smaller. So I write microfiction, which is exactly 100 words. So each of these stories, if you were to copy and paste it into a word count program, they are 100 words. Not 99, not 101, exactly 100 words. I love these challenging type of things to write a story with that limitation. Yes, drabbles basically, but some people know them better as microfiction, so I put that. But they're drabbles. But speaking of drabbles, I also have written some dribbles. And you know what dribbles are? Dribbles are 50 words, but people know them as mini sagas. So these stories are exactly 50 words, not 49, not 51, exactly 50 words. And so as I write, a mini saga or a microfiction or a flash fiction or a Friday fiction, they will go here. It is, right? It's crazy to try to condense. And what the way I look at it is the more words you have, the more beginning, middle, and end you can give to a story. So the less words you have, I'm not looking so much to have a beginning, middle, and end. I'm looking to have a hook, something that makes the reader go, oh my God, what happens next? You know what I mean? I am going to try to do some 6-word stories and submit them to the website. 2021, my goal is to submit my stories to um literary publications, my short stories, and see if I can get them published. I know the likelihood is slim to none, so really my goal in 2021 is to have at least 6 rejection letters from the things that I submit the literary places I submit my stuff to. Um, so that's my goal. Like every author wants to have, depending on what your goal is with your stories, you want to have rejections. So if your goal is to be a traditional author and you're submitting your manuscripts to, agents or, publishers, you want to be able to collect those rejection letters because it's like a rite of passage to say, this is, look at what I've done. Because it's very hard. It's not as easy as you might think for someone to submit their work. Um, so in any event, this is what I have. And if you want to support me, even though I do give my stories free, they are free to read, but I do have a Patreon, and you can support me with either the $2 tier or the $5 tier. And the way that works is the reward really that you get as a patron is you'll get my stories a month early. So, for instance, the stories I release in January will be released to my patrons only. They won't be made public and put on my main page for everyone to read until February. So if you want first access to my stories, you can become a patron. If you want to submit a title, because I work on titles, I use a title to tell me what the story is going to be about. So if you want to give me a title, and I will take that title and write a story with it. I will then dedicate that story to you. It will be in the ebook dedication, etc., etc., etc. And that's all just at the $2 a month level. You get 2 stories a month, 1 month early. I'll do a recognition where you'll get a personalized tweet and Instagram and all that stuff saying thank you for being a patron, and you can contribute a title to me to use to write a story that I then, dedicate to you. It'll not only be dedicated in the print, but I also have a podcast. So if you are a podcast person, give me a second while I think of the URL that will take you, because I haven't put it back on my website. So unfortunately, when I redid my site to put my stories the way they are now with like tabs instead of what it was prior, which was just the image links, I totally forgot that I ended up deleting the section that was like the podcast episodes so you could listen to them, um, like a dodo. But if you go to anchor.fm/ Erica Drayton, um, and I might even have like a bot command, I don't know. Um, but here is my Friday Fiction podcast. And the reason why I did this is because of LeVar Burton Reads. I don't know if any of you are familiar with LeVar Burton. Um, oh, there's the thank you. I knew I was like I must have some sort of bot command, but I have not been streaming in so long that yeah. So he's now doing LeVar Burton Reads, which is reading for the generation who watched him do Reading Rainbow. He's now reading again for my generation now as an adult, and he's reading adult fiction, which I love. LeVar Burton Reads. I recommend it to anyone. If you haven't listened to it yet, please go listen to it. I'm actually writing a blog post of my 10 favorite that I've listened to so far that were just like mind blowing. But I started doing Friday Fiction in the hopes that he would find my story and read it on his podcast. But in any event, I figured if he could read, you know, short fiction, then why couldn't I do it? So anyway, this is me reading my own work. So all the episodes that are here are from last year, or not last year, this year. If this year feels like it's been here forever. So there's I think three, four, five, six. There's 7 episodes. Next year there will be a lot more. Next year I'm hoping to have at least 12 episodes in season um, 2, basically 2021. And the reason being is because when I submit certain stories to literary publications, there are certain things I can and can't do. And one of the things I can't do is I can't share the story, and I certainly can't read it for my podcast. So I'm only going to do that with 6, but that doesn't mean that I'm then going to go ahead and record 18 stories. I might feel my throat might feel up to recording the remaining 18 of the pre-planned 24 stories I'm going to write next year. Um, but I'm on everything. I'm on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I am on iHeartRadio, although it doesn't show that little icon here. I'm on Stitcher, like everything you can think of. Just search for Friday Fiction Podcast and you will see it. Keep in mind, I am not a voice actor by any stretch of the imagination. I'm also, I did not at the time have the best sound proofing room or equipment that I hope to have this year. Because this year I'm in a house and thereby I have my own office space. Whereas when I was recording these, I was literally in my living room doing it, so the sound might not be as great, all that stuff. But regardless of that, that's what I'm doing. So, thank you for everyone who's following me and everyone who's here. I'm going to go and jump back into what I was doing, and you guys could just, you could ask me any questions you want, like, you know, what my favorite short fiction story that I've written so far or anything like that. I'm more than willing to answer any of your questions. Right now, I need to find the toaster and duplicate it. This year, I was trying to do a lot of promotion or promoting of myself. So the images I created was like the image I wanted, but then at the bottom I would put Friday Fiction and then my Patreon link. But I'm trying to step back from promotion and simply tell stories. So I'm redoing all of these images, removing that URL of my Patreon, and just yeah, I had Stream Elements like pop up with that because the last 2 to 3 years that I've been streaming, I have been notorious for not saving my work and then it being lost, and I would literally have to go back and rewatch my the stream that I had just done because luckily I was streaming at the time, and then like type word for word what I had done because I literally will have forgotten to save something and something would have crashed or gone wrong. And so ever since that time, I have set up this auto thing to say, I'm an idiot, save my work. I mean, now we have like all of these cloud services that automatically save for you as you're working, and I can't think of any writing program that I use that doesn't do that. Um, but yeah, like just to think that that's how far technology has come. That only a few years ago that wasn't a thing, but now to not have something autosave seems so antiquated. But that's not as old a service as people might think. Um, okay, I need to move that one, not that one. So I need to move this one. I need to move this one. 1, 2, 3. The other one was 4, so that should be all the ones I need to move. To the clean version. I'm going to move them. 4 was successfully moved. Okay. I love using SparkPost. I just wish that the website version of SparkPost matched the iPad and iPhone version of SparkPost in the folder situation because that doesn't exist. But um, you're welcome for a detailed explanation. That's what I'm here for. So let's see. I have 15, 16, 17, 18. Perfect. I have World Anvil. However, I have stepped away from it because it can be a vicious cycle, right? You can end up on World Anvil and spending your whole life there, and then you look back and say, well, where is my story? But I think I created like 2 worlds in World Anvil. This image here was created, I call him my illustrator. He's not really my illustrator, he's just an illustrator. Um, but he's done some amazing illustrations for me in the past. Having a manuscript area is only as good as how often it's used, right? So sometimes you need something that doesn't have every bell and whistle because you can get caught up um, in one section, even though they add this other section to say, well, you should stay with us because even though we are predominantly about building your world, we're going to give you this area where you can technically write your story while you're building your world. But let's be honest, how many people who use World Anvil are now shifting their focus and time from the world building aspect to the manuscript aspect? Um, so I won't get caught up in that game. No, no, no. I'm old school, and when I say that, most people, most like indie authors and established authors, when I tell them that I use Word, they kind of like cringe at me, and they're like, "Ooh, what?" But yes, I am very old school, and I still use Microsoft Word to write my manuscript because I have tried to use Scrivener. I own Scrivener. At least every year, at least 2 to 3 times a year, I say I'm going to use Scrivener. Hate that program. Hate it. I love it for um, uh, my Bible, my series Bible, because before I was doing short stories, I created an entire world, an entire universe that has a pre-planned and pre-outlined 60 books contained within this world, and it's in my series Bible. And so that is what I use Scrivener for because it that I get. um, using Scrivener to like break down scenes and chapters, and then the compose section. No, sorry, I am not some sort of like quantum physics person who needs to read a manual that's 800 pages just so that I can export my story into a Word document anyway, because I can't import a Scrivener file, a native Scrivener file, into InDesign, which is what I use when I format my print books. So it's just like the same thing with Vellum. I use Vellum to do my ebooks. Can't import a Scriv file. So if I'm going to use Scrivener and at the end of the day I still have to export that file as a Word document to then be able to use it in any other program, why don't I just use Word? Just saying. So that's what I do. That's what I do. I can basically, what I'm doing right now, I can kind of do with my eyes closed because I've already done it for like, I don't know how many other images. I'm doing the same exact thing. Where I'm just taking, like I said, I'm deleting the URL, and now instead of it saying just Friday Fiction, it's going to say a Friday Fiction story, which I think sounds a bit cooler. And I just kind of eyeball how far apart they are from each other. I don't need it to. And then I group it, center it, drop it down low, boom. I'll focus less on writing and more on making the worlds for games, which is awesome, but focus for me, World Devil, is simply too much. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's great. Like I said, I have used it, but it is something you can get really invested and stuck in, and you have to be willing to write the story at the end of the day. As great as it is to focus on the plants in your world, and the clothing and the weaponry and the different cultures and religions, and the way the hierarchy and the institutions and all those things, and then to give a detail of like who's a sibling and who's a wife and a husband, and who's an uncle and a cousin, and who's been married and for how long, and what specific birthday and when did they die. You could end up spending more time doing that. And when you look back on the year, you'll be like, well, where is my story? Oh, it's broken down into these things. Um, I feel like, eek, the word story is just a little too close for comfort. All right, let's recenter this now that I moved it. Boom. Okay, that's done. Now I can download it. So after I redo these images, then I duplicate them, move them over to my cover folder, and then I convert this image from a rectangle, and I basically make it into a ebook cover dimensions. And well, not usually, but all the time I have to move around everything because it's conducive to being this way. And so when I flip it, it's like a mess. But yeah, okay, let's do that one. Let's edit this one. Oh, I love Terry Pratchett. I can't wait till I'm able to unbox my books. I just moved into my house like 2 months ago, and so my office is literally me, a desk, and a chair. I have like no furniture in here yet, but eventually I'm actually going to measure. I brought my measuring tape so that I can measure the width and the length of my office and rearrange, which is literally like move my desk from here to there. And then I can determine how many um, bookcases I can put in here until my library is ready. I'm gonna actually end up having my own library in my house, which would be pretty awesome. Just not at this present moment. I have Small Gods. I have the entire collection, the entire Terry Pratchett collection. I also have I like collecting books. So if I start collecting something and I know it's going to be like a set of whatever, um, I will then set out to just buy every single one. But I do have I'm actually looking to get a second complete collection of the Terry Pratchett books because I went to his Discworld Emporium. I don't know if you know about the discworldemporium.com, but they are releasing they're re-releasing his entire series, illustrated, hardcover, gorgeous, looks absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna put together my nickels and dimes, and I'm going to then have a paperback and a hardback. Um, why is this not letting me center it? It's letting me center it to the words I don't want to center it. Basically, the paperback will likely be the one I use to. Oh, there it is. Finicky, finicky. You know what? Let's move this out of the way for a second, just so that I can get this centered. There we go. And now I could come back with this and center this properly. There we go. Yeah, they're not expensive by any means, and I believe they are in the UK. So I think they show you the price of the books in pounds and not in dollars. But they have some pretty cool stuff. Not just books, like I subscribe to their newsletter, so every time they release a new one, I'm like, oh, I really got to get started. I have the first one. Um, I have the first one just because I wanted to see the quality of it and make sure this was something that I was going to be willing to invest upwards of like $25 per book. And it is like totally worth it. So this year I will slowly um, add to it. So I will have a UK hardcover special edition complete set, and then I'll have the paperback US edition of each set, and I'll likely just read the paperback and just have the other set as like for visual purposes. The same thing with Redwall, the Redwall series. I have the entire collection. Um, I haven't exactly found any special edition of it or reprint of it that I like, so it's just gonna have to stay the set that I have. But I do have that set as well because I love Brian Jacques. Uh, okay, I could download this one. Excellent. Let's go back and the next one. So all of these images that I'm doing, these stories are complete. I in inverted commas complete, but they're complete. Um, in that I likely will not go back and update them, even though the way I write now may not be the same way that I write or that I wrote at the time that I wrote these stories. But again, there's only like 27 days before the new year, and I really don't um, want to get bogged down with stuff from a previous year. So I'm not going to. I'm going to walk away and feel confident in the new stories that I intend on writing. Duplicate. Ooh, my keyboard is dying. I have not seen that red light. I feel like in the last 3 months, I almost forgot what it means. So, this keyboard, as good as it is with the battery life, it's a Logitech. Um, the time has come to plug it in. So I need to find the charger for it. Hopefully I have it here. It's one of the many things I did not forget to put in a place easy to find. Good morning and welcome to another exciting edition of writing. Well, actually, I'm not writing, I'm more creating, but I just want to drop down this title a little bit. Looking good. Okay, so hold on one second. I'm going to do a rudimentary covering of my cam while I get up to find the charger for my keyboard somewhere amongst the debris. I know it's here somewhere. Why does every wire, oh here it is, every wire for charging have to be black? I wish companies would be like original and say, okay, here's oh, am I using every HDMI? I have this this spinning outlet thing, and it's got like 16 outlets, but only 4 HDMI specific connectors. But that's all right. I have like 4 outlets I'm still not using on this carousel. Okay, let's plug my keyboard in. There we go. Charge up, little dude. Can't have a dead keyboard. I can remove this now. Okay, back. I downloaded this, so now one more. And then I can work on, after this, I'm going to work on the covers. And then after the covers, I'm going to work on converting these 4 stories into an EPUB and MOBI file. And then I'm going to go into Gumroads, which is what I'm been using, because if you don't want to be a patron, like if you don't want to pay monthly, but you do want to support me and my writing endeavors, what will happen is if you click on any one of these stories, and I believe the Hanging Tree has been updated for this, you will see this now where it says show your support with a one-time purchase and download EPUB MOBI file. So you can click this, which is a Gumroad program, and you can basically pay 99 cents one time and get this particular story in those 2 digital formats. And that's it. I was thinking of adding PDF. We'll see. It's just I try not to add too much work for myself and adding another feature and another feature. Sometimes you have to learn when to like chill out. But in any event, and I actually just thought of something. I really should find out a way to put like a box or a link or something in the stories that I have recorded as a podcast, so that when people go to the story, they can hit play and listen and read along, or read along and listen. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that before. I just thought of that now. I need to make a mental note to do that in the near future. That I think is worth doing more than doing a PDF for all 23 stories, I think. All right, let's duplicate. This is the same illustrator from the other one that I showed you guys. Did I duplicate this more than once? Whoops. This is the same person. He and I actually created a series together. Unfortunately, we only ended up publishing the first book, but hopefully someday, now that I'm back on the East Coast and he lives on the East Coast, um, and not too far, I think he's like maybe 3 hours, a 3 hour drive, um, we'll we'll be able to pick that back up again and maybe in the same time zone in the same place, which would be pretty cool. But we were working on an illustrated novel series. So he does the illustrations, I write the story, and the idea is it's not a graphic novel because it's not predominantly illustrations. It really is like I'm writing a story, and each story has about maybe um, I think we worked it out that each volume is 10 chapters, and each chapter has 1 to 2 images that coincides with it. I think that's how it worked. It was like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, so I'm a little rusty, but I think that was the idea. Perfect. We can download this. Sweet. Yeah, I remember when I published my first book, literally last year, 2019. It was April something. I can't remember the exact date, but I know it was in the month of April. So April 2019, I published my first book, and then I think August, I published my second book, and I was going to publish my third one in December, but I chose not to. I got a bit of a burnout, and I decided to take a break from novel writing and write short fiction, a break which I am still on. Writing a novel can, depending on how you do it, can really take a lot out of you. And that was exactly what happened to me. And so I didn't want to literally like burn out the way that I did. So I had to make the conscious decision at the end of 2019 to say no to novel writing. Do you have a link? Is it on Amazon, Bass, to share? And if it is, don't post it in the chat because I believe that I have a bot that like doesn't allow linking. But if you DM it to me, um, if you whisper, I think it's whisper in Twitch. If you whisper it to me, I will post the link myself in the chat because it should allow me to do it, even though it won't allow others to do it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I need to do this one down here. Oh, I did that wrong. Frigonomics. I was supposed to do. Oh no, I did that right. Never mind. Just give me a second to check my whispers. See if you whispered it to me. Go back to my chat. That's fine. I don't even mind. Listen, I don't have any work to peddle, so if you have work to peddle, I mean, I feel like I don't think it's called peddling. I think um, that would only be true if we were in direct competition, of which we are not. I don't consider myself to be in direct competition with anyone but myself, year to year doing better than I did the year before. But By all means, I want, if you have something to share, I mean, not only that, but I do, like, every month I will write a blog post where I share what other people are writing, other indie authors such as myself, whether they're like, a more seasoned person or just starting out, so that, the few people who visit my website will see, their stuff, and to, see the book image, and if they want to go buy it, by all means. It's not like a rat race where it's like, I have to do better than you and therefore I can't promote what you're doing. You're not doing what I'm doing, and even if you were, that's great. The more short fiction writers, the more novel writers, the better. Tell your story. Share it with the world. But yeah, whisper it to me, and I will post the link um, in the channel. By all means, while I create 4 covers, now that I've created 4 clean rectangles. Have fun. I can't do that. It's nothing but rain and snow where I am, so can't draw on the sidewalk. Can only bask in the beauty of the 20-degree snow and rain. All right, let's resize this to, I've done this so many times, I have the dimensions memorized. There we go. See what I mean? The image is totally, uh, I'm wondering, can I, I can rotate it. Okay. That's what I basically want to do. Boom, 90 degrees. And I'm going to really make this image look different then. And I will put this down here. Can we center this? Oh shit. Or maybe not. I'll have to eyeball it. That's fine. Perfect. That actually looks pretty cool. Oh, I'm in New York. I want to download it as a JPEG, unfortunately, because if I don't, Kindle will convert it into a JPEG and it likely will not look as good. So I need to download it as a JPEG myself. Okay, 1 down, 3 to go. Uh, 19, 20, 25, 60. Before I leave this room, I must. Oh, this one was actually really easy. Measure my office. Download. And I'm going to be here at least another 4 hours. Not on stream, unfortunately, but I will be in my office for the next 4 hours. I will be on stream probably for the next hour and a half, just so I could give myself some time to prepare for my first meeting of the day, for my regular 9 to 5, as it were. Hmm. How do I want to do this? Do I want to push him back? Yeah, I'll push him back. Why is this way? Did I do that on purpose? No. I need to whisper you first? Okay, hold on 1 second. I was wondering where you were. I'm not familiar with how whispering works. I just hit the whisper button. Do I have to be somewhere specific? Hold on, because I'm a dodo bird, so here we go. Apparently it wouldn't let me do it if I was in somebody else's channel. Okay, I think I sent you a whisper. Let me try to figure this out. There we go. Okay. I want to put this. I might as well center it. It is of the sacred forest. Did I have this misspelled this whole time? Holy. I misspelled my own story title. That's kind of hilarious. I just realized. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me just check it out. Okay, got it. So here is Bass's book. The video download was canceled. What are you talking about? Let me go to my dashboard here. Did that go through on the chat? Let me check my chat. Yeah, it did. Okay. Jeez, Lou. You know what? I'm not listening to music anymore, so I will close that. And, there we go. Okay, back here where I discovered that I have had the wrong title of this story probably since time began. And I kind of feel stupid. As I'm reading the title, I'm like, I could have sworn sacred was in there somewhere. Wow. So I have to, well, I'm glad I caught it now because this will be everywhere on my website corrected, but still. Oh, Lord love a duck. I don't know how I'm going to do this image because it's the nature of it. We'll see. I feel like it's not going to be conducive to being resized. I have a sinking feeling. 25 60. Yeah, you see what I mean? Okay, so I'm going to have to move her over, which means you're not going to get the effect. I might have to re-put this image in here. Hold on, I need to make sure I can find it easily. Let's make sure I can find that image easily. I just have to figure out where that image could be. This is what happens when you it might be here. Hold on. Yep, there it is. Oh my god, I clicked right on it. Okay. Ah, found it. Woof. I'm gonna move this over here so I can see the chain of events. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to delete that. And then I'm going to add a photo that I'm going to upload from where? PD Books, Writing, Archive, Anthology, Image Prompts, Lesson 5. Now I can see my way out. I'm gonna fly one way ticket on a westbound train. I hate that I am not able to see where the image top and bottom is, but I'm gonna figure that out as soon as I move this back one. Just give me a second. Why are you not showing me the cutoff of this image? What is happening? Let me see something. If I hit download, what does it look like? I have to open it. Yeah, except this does not look centered. There we go. Okay. And I'm gonna move it up a little because I want to be able to see the toaster here. Again because I can't. Okay, I need to delete what I just downloaded so I can re-download it. It's trash. And now download JPEG. Oh, okay, so let's take a look at this now. Yep, that'll do. Strangely enough. Okay, so now I'm going to switch gears from here, which I can now. Oh, did I not convert this into a. Hold on, I was supposed to do a cover for this. I must have got interrupted when I was about to do this one. 1920 by 2560. Done. Sweet. Okay, so I do not want to do it that way. I want to do it this way. Why is this all the way up here, though? You should be all the way down here. One thing I noticed as I was doing the covers to these things is that I did not bother to put my name anywhere here, which in hindsight feels like I should have, but I mean, my name is on the inside of the I need to zoom in. The inside of the what is happening? How do I move this thing? No. Oh, space. Okay. The inside of the EPUB file. So I guess that we'll have to do, but let's make this a little bit bigger, shall we? And I want to put it over here so it's not blocking the name of the illustrator of this masterpiece. And now let's zoom back out again so that I can see it all. And it's all too high, so let's grab it all. That, that, and that. And let's move it down to about there. How's that? That looks good. I'm not too fussy. The title is correct. Download JPEG, start download. Okay, so I can do that one as well. All right, so now I can close out Adobe Spark page like so. I will go to here. I don't know why this image of the hanging tree looks so pixelated. They don't in the other ones. I must have done something wrong. But anyway. Let's do the life expectancy. Oh, where did my thing go so I could edit this post? Oh my god, I have to re-sign in. Are you serious? I will fall in love again because I can. Oops, did not mean to do that. Now I need my spreadsheet back. But I'm going to put it over here, out of the way. So if anyone is still here from Writer Greg's stream, are you writers yourself, or you just like watching writing streamers? As I'm sure we all do. Alright, now let us do our Gumroad stuff. See, so I've created 99 cents things for all of these stories, and now I just gotta add 8 more. And then that'll be 2020, the 2020 complement library complete. I was thinking of making like some sort of store page on my site. I don't know. I think that might be a bit much. That's me going overboard again and not needing to. Maybe I should put music back on. I'm over here dancing to the beat of my own drummer. Oh, I didn't move any of the images into my folder. Okay. They're all still in my downloads folder. So let's do that since I am going to be pulling from there instinctively. Friday Fiction, master images. Let's pull all the clean rectangles into year one from my downloads. Okay. Cover, 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 cover. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of these are going to get dragged over here and dropped. Sweet. And now we're going to back up to the covers. And is it just me or was the last reindeer not there? Or the first reindeer? Oh, because it's here. Okay, wait, let's go back. Let's go back. And let's drag this one in there. So I did do it a while ago, I just didn't move it. There we go. All right, so now we can do, too far. Ebook covers year one. We'll take all of these and move them right over here. Like so. Okay, so now when I come here to search for the thing, I should see it. Right there. Please take your time. Yeesh. Yeah, I'm gonna put music back on. I think I was listening to Spotify because Apple Music was giving me issues. I hate when Apple Music does that. Oh, thanks for the hey, self-publish, what's up? Been lurking. That is very spicy of you indeed. Indeed. You'd appreciate what I'm doing. I'm trying to get my crap together, putting all of my metadata in and setting things up so that people can find me and buy my stuff easily. Um, you know, light in your eyes. I'm trying before the year ends because in 2021, I don't want to think about anything that has to do with 2020. Let 2020 stay where it is because in 2021, I am laser focused on the new year and getting that done. So anything that needs to get done for 2020, if it's not done by like December 30th, it ain't going to get done. So, that light in your eyes, don't ever lose that light in your eyes. I did not create the ebooks yet. All right. I'm clearly uh, ahead of myself. So let's back it up a bit because I'm moving too fast. Remind yourself you're a shining star. Yes, you are. I'm about to import what to do this thing, and I don't even have. Oh, I don't even have the damn file. So I use Vellum to do my ebooks only because it's so freaking easy. And with all the time that I spend um, doing the print book with InDesign is just such a time and lifesaver to not have to do to not have to worry about formatting an ebook, because that can be a headache for a lot of people. Um, so if you can afford, um, if you first of all, if you have a MacBook, because Vellum is a Mac only program. So if you have a Mac, then I highly, suggest getting this. But if you can't afford it, because it is expensive, I think it's $199 just for the ebook, just to create ebooks. And if you want to do both ebooks and print, I believe it's like $249, which can be pricey. I will say that I will do the ebook for you for free. All you have to do is give me your Word file, and I will put it through my Vellum program for you if you want, and then I will, present you with the EPUB and MOBI file. And that's something that I've always wanted to do for indie authors, just because. Now, however, if you need a bit more formatting than just like what I'm doing here, which is literally just uploading the file and changing up a few things, then I might, charge you for having to spend maybe an hour or more. But if it's going to take me less than an hour to import your entire file, make sure everything is looking right, um, I've done it for other people, and every chance that I get when I have a bunch of people in my chat, I'd like to bring that up. That yes, I will put your manuscript through Vellum so that um, you don't have to go to Fiverr to pay someone to do it or anything like that, because it comes out perfect, like absolutely perfect. There were no issues putting this thing. The only thing you need to have is your manuscript and the cover. As long as you have those two things and the cover formatted properly, it has to be the right dimensions. Because I'm not going to reformat your image and then, you blame me for it not looking the way it should be looking. Um, but you see right here, it says cover image satisfies size requirements. It's real simple. It's not thick. Will this go bigger if I try to stretch it bigger? It will. Okay. Let's make it bigger so you can see it. How's that? Okay. So I'm just filling in a couple of things here. I do have a publisher logo. I can feel your heartbeat pounding. Don't keep me waiting. Which is not exactly organized in a good way, but I know where it is. So my I don't publish under my own name. I publish under the name of PD Books. And the reason is because it's named after my mom. Those are my mom's initials, PD Pamela Drayton. And so to honor her and the fact that she's the reason why I love to read and now love to write, um, I thought it would be fitting to do that. So the only thing I have left to do now, because this is basically done, is I open the most recent file that I did so that I can take these 2 pages here and literally copy and paste them here. Oop, sorry. You have to be clicking on the last thing, otherwise. There we go. And now I have my, about the author page with all of my links that are clickable if you have a touch screen. And I have these things where you could become a patron or subscribe to my newsletter, which if anyone in the chat wants to, let's see if this works. No, why do I not have a thing for my newsletter? Let me think. I thought I did. Hold on, let me check. Um, Now I'm convinced I must have one. I was giving up. Stop acting up. Some dark alley in my mind. You made a hidden dream unwind. My stumbling to stepping stone. I'll get even with you. How do I? Oh, it must be here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I do not have one. Let's add one. Oh, you know why I don't have that? Because I technically, okay, I just caught myself because I technically do not have, um, I don't even have a way for you to subscribe to my newsletter on my website because I don't have a link. So hold on one second because now I have to go into MailChimp to get the link. And I have to figure out how to do that. I think it's in my settings. How do I go to my settings? If it's the last thing I'll ever do, I'll get even with you. How in the holy molies? I hate when I don't access something for a long time because then I'm just like, I don't know where my stuff is or how to get to my stuff. Oh, maybe it's here. Here we go. Is this it? It would be, except it's, no, that's not it. Okay, okay, let's just take a moment here. Because I just had it the other day, but I can't remember why I needed it and where I put it. Oh, here we go. Jesus Christ, my sign-up forms. Um, it's good. Oh, here we go. Jesus Christ. How long did that take to find? Too long. Jeez. Okay, so now, here we go. Okay, so that should be the URL to sign up to my newsletter. Oh my God. Which took way too freaking long to find. I don't like the new MailChimp setup. They updated it without like letting somebody know, and so I'm just like so lost. But notwithstanding, let's continue on the road. Let me just check and see. All right. I just like to do a quick cursory inspection, make sure everything's looking good in the neighborhood. And sweet. I just got a message on something, but I don't know what. Oh, Bass, did you just join my Discord? I think you did. I think that's what that was. It's kind of dead right now. I'm trying to liven it up, so don't be discouraged by going in there and it looks a little bit on the dead side. Unfortunately, I let it fall by the wayside because I was so busy, with life and etc. But I have every intention of making it a more hospitable place. So now to generate my Kindle only files, catch this, or my Kindle, my Mobi and EPUB files. So all I do is I click that generate button up there. I click generate, and then right here is the EPUB, the Mobi, and then a JPEG of the image. Done. So it's as simple as clicking a button. And so now all I have to do is go back here where I was about to upload this file and I couldn't find it, and go into Kindle and click on this and this, choose for upload. And what I like to do, because for some reason when it exports the file, it puts Kindle in the title of the EPUB one. I don't want to confuse people by thinking I gave them two files that are only readable on a Kindle. So I just delete that. I just make a note to myself to delete it so that doesn't happen. Okay, so I click publish, and then here's the share button where I'm going to change this to say buy this story for 99 cents. I auto trigger the payment form so that way, because if I don't, what will happen is you click this button and it will take you to the Gumroad page. I want you to be able to stay on my site and purchase the story for 99 cents. So that's why I make sure to auto trigger the payment form from where I'm about to paste this HTML coding, which is going to be right here. Closer, yes. All right, so now the first thing I'm going to do is put back a featured image because it's not here. I might have to upload it though. Yep. Where are they? Close. This is it. The stage is set. It's time for me to leave. 'Cause I don't want to see the final scene. Fade to blue. We didn't make it through. There, the curtain falls. I wonder why this one is messed up. They're all the same size. I don't understand. It is like half the size of the other ones. I wonder why. What's written in the stars? Before the bitter words come crashing down, let's see what's left and let the time fade to blue. We didn't make it through. There'll be no curtain call. It's fade to blue. Uh-oh, we're getting errors. I hate that. Well, the one I wanted is here, so I'll deal with the other ones. We didn't make it. Let that curtain and fade to. Whoa, is this a different album? It is. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, you should be in the right my mind, just like a sweet. Now let's look at my images and see why the hell they weren't downloading. Life goes on. I don't know. See, they did download. I just need to, should've known better, but I didn't, and I can't go back. Okay, so we can go back to our, let's go to it from the post area. Meet the Dalrymples. and it's only gonna make me strong. You've been a pretty hard case to crack. I should've known better, but I didn't, and I can't go back. What? Okay, we have to go back to Vellum now and do file, import. Now when I do file and import the next Word file, it's actually not going to import it into this one. It's gonna open a brand new window and do the same thing, which I like as well because then I don't have to um, worry about that happening. So I'll just do this, hit import, and then see, opens a brand new window where I'm going to delete this, delete that. She was always everything she told her. Right for the whole damn world. Pray to the heavens to try to save her soul. She gets wound up. She gets higher by the minute. All the pain. They all think they know her, but no one really knows. It's a little crazy sometimes. I smile, what a wonderful child. To explain. Okay, I'm gonna close this one. I don't need it now. Generate these files. I don't need to open it this time. I've already showed you what it looks like. Then I'm going to come here, go to products, and add a new one. As far as I know, there is no limit to how many products I can have, or if there is, I'm about to find out what it is because I'm going to be adding quite a few things. She gets around, she gets higher by the minute, turn the sound up to drown. Right there in your arms is the safest. Okay, check out Meet the Dalrymples. Okay. Why are there so many spaces? I knew it wasn't going to be all easy peasy. Knew it, I knew it, I knew it. Oops. One day I will be rich and famous and someone else will do this when creating my EPUB files for me. Every day, once you crash, you'll have feeling the heat. One day, well, that day is not today. Let's just see around, gotta go inside. River to easy job, I'll never change. I've got trouble with goodbye. All this articulating, just a little heartbreak make it seems. I'd just rather get back. Oh my god. Need to be more careful. Let's just say, see, I gotta go say already else. I did you, or say, chop, left chin. I've got trouble with goodbye. Everything is a casualty. Oh, baby, it's just not me. And they lived happily ever after. Sweet. Okay. Like I'm your world, like this. You put my passion rest. Maybe I'm addicted only. You could have predicted that I'd be the woman so thin you can see right through my soul. Oh, I generated that too fast. Now this is a cool thing to show. Just because I saved it right now, when I update it, it will simply replace the files that I'm going to be updating it with. So it's not like it's going to overwrite the files, which is great. I forgot to add these two things. So now when I go to generate, it says right here, existing files will be overwritten, which is exactly what I want. So I'm going to just hit generate again, and now I have it updated with the 2 pages that I forgot to do a second ago, which is pretty cool. And now I can come back here, come here. Oh. I didn't even think about redirecting to a URL after purchase. I just saw that. But since they're staying, I don't think I need to do that. They shouldn't be directed away from my site after they've purchased it. If, although I'm not really sure. I may have to do a test. And the night's the hardest time when the thoughts run through your mind. It will be daylight soon. This is not the new image. Did I not download the new image? Oh, I didn't update it. Okay, hold on. I updated it for the cover, not for... Alright, I'll do it right now. Stepping out into the great unknown. And the night's the hardest time when the thoughts run through your mind. Sweet. Okay, so what do I need to do now? I need to move it to... And the night's hardest time when the thoughts run through your mind. Suddenly you find yourself alone. Why does it still show the same? Is it because it... Hold on. I think I need to refresh the cache. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. Why is there 2 chapters? Through the sun, take the pain. 'Cause when it feels just like you're drowning, that's the sign of life. That's when you fight for every breath. Now, before I continue, I want to see. I don't think I did the reindeer story yet. Just want to confirm that so I could do it now. And also, I need to move all of the EPUB files into their respective folders. Yeah, I don't see it here, so I have to do the first reindeer. Locked. Oh, I know why it's locked. I don't remember if I have scene breaks in here. Okay. Two more. Two more. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I thought I hit review post. Am I bugging? There we go. Now, in order to do the other one, I have to go through the back end. because it is it's not ready yet. What do you call it? This is a pre-order. Oh, okay. Scheduled for December 25th at 1 p.m. Okay. I am almost done, and then I'm gonna go downstairs and have a very early lunch because I have like 3 hours of meetings, and I won't be able to eat again until almost 3 o'clock. Oh, that wasn't what I meant to do. Oh no, it was what I meant to do. Okay. So I should say it's a pre-order. Sweet. Buy this on December 25th, 1 p.m. Sweet. Okay. So they should all be done. Let's go to Friday Fiction just to see that all the images are there now. I need to figure out how to show the excerpt in this page because I know there's a way to do it. And I need to figure out what is going on with this one image here because all the other ones look perfect and then that one looks like crap. Okay, all my stories have an image. Yay. And all of my stories have a product, except for the 4 that I'm in the middle of writing. So once those are done, then I will be able to add them here, and then I'll be done with 2020. All the images, all the stories, all the links, all the things. Thank God. But in the meanwhile, and in between while, I am actually going to go downstairs now a little earlier than I thought I would be able to, which is kind of nice. Let's quit this. I know there's a way for me to host, so let's do that. Thank you to everyone who was here, to everyone who followed. I appreciate it. I will be back on Monday. I don't stream on the weekends. And it is Friday, so I will be back on Monday. So go enjoy Brenna, who is streaming right now. And I'll catch you guys on the flip Monday morning, unless Writer Greg is writing, in which case I highly suggest you go watch him as well. All right. Peace.